This is the Umidigi Power 5, a new and exciting smartphone from Umidigi. And what's special about this phone is its enormous 6150 milliamp hour battery and a relatively slim design. Other than that, we have 3 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of storage, a 6.53-inch 720p display, Android 11, and a dual SIM support. Okay, not bad at all for the presentations. Comes with this case, as you can see. Oh, so this phone does feel a bit thicker than most of these Chinese smartphones, but it is pretty thin. Now, it's not like super thick. We have our Beyond Dreams thing, power brick, and USB Type-C cable. So this does feel pretty cheap, to be honest. So first impressions, the display looks pretty nice. Viewing angles are meh, but when you're viewing it like this, very impressive. So I'm gonna set this up and get back to you. So our sensor is over here on the side. There we go. So here you go, the phone is all set up. The only complaint I really have is the display looks kinda unsaturated and it's pretty dim. This is like the highest brightness, so the display does not get very bright at all. But anyway, we have something called Smart Key, which we've seen on a few phones lately. So because this phone does have the thermometer, so single click should open that. And let's see if this actually works this time. Nope, doesn't work. Oh, what is it? Let me try my forehead. Nope, it's still broken. I'm not gonna get too into it because I've covered it already on multiple other Umidigi devices. So we're just gonna skip that. But we can customize the button. So as you can see, the button is extremely customizable. For the single click, it's currently the thermometer. We can do open flashlight or set it to open an application, any application you want. But they all have the exact same options, so very customizable. I really like that. Now I was not prompted to enable the gestures, so let's see if we can get gestures on this phone, because if you can't, that's a big no-no. Here you go, gesture navigation. You might want to keep it to the buttons, however. All right, anyway, let's test the fingerprint sensor and unlock sensor. So first up, fingerprint. So honestly, it's not really that good. Ignore the barking. All right, so let's try face unlock now. Okay, let's try this close up this time. Okay. So the fingerprint unlock and face unlock, they don't unlock the phone in the fastest way and they're not the most reliable, but they do work, and hopefully it doesn't cause you guys too many problems if you do decide to buy this phone. Okay, that is very laggy, and this is weird because Umidigi is usually the best at implementing these chips, like the CPU, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, Knife Fit is pretty much unplayable. Wait, let's try one more time. Okay, now it's way better. Okay, so after you turn off ads, if you bought like the premium version of the game, and after it settles a bit, I guess Knife Fit plays just fine. So Wind Rider surprisingly runs decently. Oh, okay, there was a bit of stutter there. But the frame rate is so low and it stutters, it's not... Okay, second time, it's a bit better. So it's okay. When you go for the hoops, it's like a bit lagging. It's the same as Knife Fit more. It's hard to play because the screen protector on this phone is like so rough. It's hard to move your finger up and down. But it's more or less the same thing like with Knife Fit. It just needs to settle. but then the game runs a bit better. But in this case, still runs pretty bad. Okay, oh, lagging. Okay, let's see. This is probably a bad idea. Okay, we're gonna keep this at smooth because the chipset this phone has is not that good. But so by the way, these are the high graphics pack, and so far, it looks pretty good. So far, the performance is pretty good. So at the very beginning, there was a bit of stutter, but after a few seconds, the game settled, and we have a pretty consistent frame rate. So overall, the game runs pretty good on this phone. So the speaker does get pretty loud for the price. Just the quality, it's not the best we've seen. There was a tiny bit of distortion in some parts, but overall the speaker is perfectly acceptable. We even have a headphone jack for those who want to use it. Rear camera is 16 megapixels. Front camera is 8 megapixels. Rear video is full HD. Front video is also full HD. So yeah, let's take our first selfie. Let's go outside. Rear facing video on the Umidigi Power 5. On my end, it's stuttering. I don't know how it's gonna be when the video is actually done recording, but let me know what you think. So when you tap on the screen, it focuses, so it is pretty good, yeah. Front-facing video on the Umidigi Power 5. On my end, it looks pretty good. Let me know what you think. So that is pretty much it. So should you buy this phone? And I'm gonna say, for the price, it is perfectly acceptable. I mean, the performance may not be the best for some reason. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe it's the 3 gigs of RAM instead of 4 at least. But overall, the phone overall runs fine. The display is decent. The performance is meh. Cameras are pretty decent. Build quality is fine. I mean, it's all plastic, but it's not like a super cheap kind of plastic. And maybe they could price it a bit lower because of the specs. But this is a huge battery, so this phone will last you a very long time. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.